Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new series where I dive deep into the maps of the Labyrinth of Time's Edge. One video, one world at a time. Each map you'll see here was handcrafted, line by line, in a text file that the engine, the game, reads that is written in QBasic, built not just to be explored but to be felt. I'll be talking about what inspired each region, the emotions behind the writing, the atmosphere, and how these places connect to the greater story of the labyrinth itself. This isn't a walkthrough, it's just a journey through imagination, nostalgia, and creation. Every map is a place of a living world that's been growing for decades. And in this series, I want to take you behind the curtain of that world to show how is the stories, the moods, and even the silence of the rooms that come to life. So, this being the first episode, it's going to be very janky. It's going to be very, very janky. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm going in this blind. So, with that being said, welcome to the first episode in a long series. So, if you like this, like, comment, subscribe. It every little bit helps. Everything helps when it comes to this game and to spreading the message of this game and uh, telling everyone where to download it. Links are in the description below. So, with that being said, let's begin. You stand before the entrance to a once thriving place, its former vibrancy now consumed by an air of mystery and decay. What secrets or dangers might lie will within remain unknown. I wanted to give kind of an air of mystery, a feeling of dread coming into this game. I'm a huge fan of the Fatal Labyrinth for the Sega Genesis. That's one of those games that really stuck with me as a kid. I remember playing it late at night and just being in awe of the beauty, the nature of it, the introduction. Uh, Before going into the Fatal Labyrinth itself and going into the castle to fight the dragon, you you start the game instantly in a village, and I really wanted that feeling of dread, of mystery, of the unknown within the game. To be able to allow the player to feel that same feeling of dread that many players of roguelikes and text adventures feel the second they boot up. It's not knowing what to expect and who you're going to meet along the way and how you're going to figure it out. So I've got many books here filled to the brim of just maps, everything mapped out, all these locations and characters and whatnot. And I really just wanted to bring that through here. What's a great way to tell a story, but to throw you instantly into a cesspool of disbelief and disingenuine existence, and if that makes any sense. So the village of Oathmoor is one of those places. It's one of those areas where you don't know what's real and what's fantasy. And I think I really hit that with this. And this is a long time coming. So so in this location here, there's going to be a woman that paces back and forth, obviously, her anxious steps portraying a restless anticipation. It's it's one of those moments of dread where you as the main character go into a village in a fantasy game and there's always that one person that looks absolutely out of sorts and you wonder just what about this connects you to that human element. And with that being said, you don't know what this person's going to do, right? That's just the way it is, and that's why I just really felt like that when you examine the woman. Dressed in white, this forlorn woman wanders aimlessly, muttering to herself as if trapped in a trance. She's lost in that distant realm of the human imagination. And you could talk to the woman. See, talk to a woman. I'm sorry, my baby, I'm sorry. I let her take you away. So what happened to the baby, right? It's just moments like that I always find really interesting. Homes with boarded windows and tightly sealed doors seem to shun the outside world as if warding off unwelcome spirits. I always loved doing this sort of thing when it came to the game. Just being able to kind of instill that uncertainty of being alone in the world. And that's what a good text adventure, in my opinion, is. And this guy's a jerk. Move along, non-citizen. You don't know me. But the few souls who still call this forsaken place home wander the streets, their eyes scanning for whatever scraps of hope or sustenance they can find. I always wanted that kind of moment of dread, that moment of uncertainty where you think that for a moment the world around you is going to cave in. And and that's why when you come towards a text adventure or anywhere within the village of Oathmoor, this is the last bastion of society, of real society, before you go into the labyrinth of time's edge, before you meet the king. Right before you meet the king, it's reality. It's the outside world. But once that meeting's had, and you'll see it in the next video, um, you won't know for sure what is real and what isn't. And that's the kind of mystery, that air of mystery I really love having in any game, really, or any story. And so that's why when you see stuff like or hear things like the earth bears the scars of ancient battles with craters and forgotten trenches marking a landscape still haunted by war. The battle between the living and the dead is still going on to this very moment within the game. You don't know what you're ever going to experience. You don't know who you're going to stumble upon or where you're going to go. The labyrinth of time's edge is ever expanding. It's always moving forward. It'll never stop. It'll always keep marching forward. And that's why I love this game so much. It's because it can expand to however big I want it to be. It's it's a very emotional journey, and it's one that's been 30 years in the making. And being able to tell the story uh, that I've had etched in my mind, telling it to you right here is something really great. And being able to share each room and each motion and each the reason to why I do what I do within this game is something that I think a lot of people should know. A lot of people should understand and understand that a lot of great time and effort and work goes into making one's dream project, a dream game, a dream movie, whatever. It's your project. It's my project. It's life's work. Like a magnum opus. But this guard here is a total jerk. The king summoned you. What business do you have? Well, obviously it's with the king. You know, the guy's a jerk. Thick stone walls enclose you, muffling the world outside as you traverse a series of heavily guarded checkpoints. Nothing but realms, nothing but strange places connected through a web of interactions. At last, you stand before the final set of doors. Just being able to know that the outside world is so closed off from that of the king's castle, it's it's something that really makes you wonder. Really kind of shows you just how disconnected the world is at this point, where there's only a few people left in the village, and at the end of that village is nothing more. These people don't know what lurks on the other side. These people don't understand, quite frankly, what's going on. And I think that's why I just love I just love text adventures. It's always up for interpretation. When it comes to graphics, when it comes to animation and video and sound and whatnot, it's right there at the forefront. It's telling you right there what to expect, you know? But in a text adventure, it's all left for interpretation. It's all left for you, the player, to decide. And for that, I'm finished with this episode. This haphazardly slapped together episode one of this series, and I just wanted to say episode two is gonna be way better. I assure you. So if you like this, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Download the game. Description link. You know the drill. See ya.